Okay, so today we're going to start the new unit, and this is Chapter 3. And Chapter 3 is all about finding solutions to systems of linear equations. And so I know this is a system of equations because I got more than one system. And basically what it means when it says, hey, we want to find a solution to this is, I want to know when this line intersects this line. So basically I want to know when the lines intersect. That's what we care about in this chapter, is when lines intersect. That's all we care about. So anytime it says find the solution to this thing, we're going to look where the lines intersect, and we're going to put down those points. Now it's very important to realize that lines intersect at a point, so you need an x value and a y value. We'll try to do this. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make myself a graph. Try to find out when these lines intersect. So I'm going to have my graph right here. And let me graph these two things in different colors. So I'm going to graph, this first one in yellow, and then I'll graph this next one in purple. So yellow and purple, and let's find out when they intersect. So this one will start down here at -1. And since it's negative, it's going to go down 1 and over 1, 2. So a point right there. Down 1, over 1, 2. Goes right there. Or it'll go the other way. Up 1, over 1, 2. Up 1, over 1, 2. So we get that line right here. Now we'll graph the other one in purple. This starts down here at -4, so 1, 2, 3, 4. And it's going to go up 1 and over 4. So up 1 and over 1, 2, 3, 4. And we can see that at this point right here, that's where the graph intersects. And so we'll write the point down. The point here would be -3 in the y value. So it's down 3, and it's over 4. Because x goes over 1, 2, 3, 4. And then it's down 1, 2, 3. So this would be the point of intersection. And that is our answer. So when it wants us to solve these things by graphing or find a solution, we're just going to solve it like this. Make a graph, figure out where they intersect, find that point right there. A lot of times it won't even tell us which method to use. I'll know that I want to use graphing when I see this right here. Fractions tell me that I generally want to use graphing instead of another method. So that's the first method, graphing. Second method is substituting. Now in today's assignment, you can use the graphing method or substitution. Here's how substitution is a little bit different and when I want to use it. Notice in our last case, if I just go back here for a second, in our last case, we had both y's equaling things. And this time, I only have one y that equals something. So this is when substitution would be better. Because we want to know when the lines intersect, that means both lines at one point will have the same y values. So this y will be exactly the same as this y. So substitution works off that idea. Since I know that this y will be the same as this y, I'm going to actually take this equation and put it in to y. So that will give me a new equation. I'll have -3x minus 2. And instead of writing y down, we know what y should be. Y should be 5x minus 7. Then once I do this, we can just keep going. So I'm going to distribute the -2 and get -3x minus 10x plus 14 is equal to -12. combine these like terms, get negative 13x, minus 14, minus 14, get negative 26, divide by negative 13, divide by negative 13, and I'll have x is equal to 2. So that's part of my answer. Remember last time, our full answer should be 2 points. It should be an x value and a y value. So I'm going to have to come back here and find my y value. The easiest thing to do is take that x right here and plug it into this equation right over here. So I'm going to just replug that back in and say y is equal to 5 times 2 minus 7, which means my y value would be, well, 5 times 2 is 10, 10 minus 7 is 3. So those are my answers. And I would write my final answer. If I scroll down here, I'd write my final answer as 2, 3. Let's look at one more type of problem. So they might say, hey, I want to find the solution for this graph right here. I want to find the solution, or solutions. Again, the solutions are where they intersect, so we're going to find out where they intersect. They intersect right here and right here. So this graph should have two answers. One answer should be this point, which is 2, negative 3, because over 2 and down, 1, 2, 3. And then it has this solution right here, which would be negative 3, and it's down at negative 8. So any time that they ask for the solutions to different things, you're just going to look at the intersection points. And from the intersection points, you're going to write the answers. And again, there's 3 ways to do this. You can, 1, graph it yourself and find the solution by graphing it yourself. 2, you can use substitution. You can take these numbers and plug them in and see what answers you would get. And 3, you can solve by 3, you can look at a graph and see where the solutions are just by looking at the graph. Okay, try the problems today. If you need help on any of the problems, please send me an email. Or work with their friends. If you send me an email, you can either snip me the picture and send it in the email, or just tell me which number problem it is, and I will try to respond as quickly as I can.